My name's Daniel. I'm making a video every day until Cleetus invites me to the Freedom Factory. On this episode, I'm going to show you the bare essential tools needed to start fabricating. On this video, I'm going to show you the basic tools you need to fabricate. If you hop on YouTube and search around, you're going to find a lot of great, knowledgeable people, but most of them have really expensive tools that the average Joe isn't going to be able to get. I've seen arc droids, English wheels, power hammers, all sorts of high dollar tools that cost a few $100s each, if not thousands, and people can't afford those to get started. So I'm going to show you what you need to get started on a budget. Before we get started, I'm going to prove that you just need some basic fabrication tools to build cool stuff. This is my 1988 Toyota 4Runner. So everything in this shot built this truck. I'm going to start out with the things right here that are on the table. So the good news is most of these tools on the table you might have already. So for instance, a drill. Most people are going to have this already. Even people that are just light homeowners usually have a drill. So you're already halfway there by having a drill. This will help you make bracketry and stuff like that. You can drill the holes for it. Or you can I used hole saw bits to drill the manifold, the holes in the manifold for the intake runners, so that you could plop that right in here and you could drill them and get that done pretty easily. Tape measure, basically everybody has one of these. If you don't, go get one, they're cheap and useful. A square, you might have one of these, I don't want to guarantee you will. But I find this very handy. I would highly recommend it for the low cost that these things are. It helps you square things up. If maybe you're making a box for something, you can square up the edges really easily with this. And it's aluminum, so it's durable. Sharpie or an ink saw, that's so you can make your marks. Most people have one of those laying around. A hammer, I would recommend a ball peen, because then you can shape metal a little bit. I use the ball peen hammer to shape a lot of the manifold when I use the piece of exhaust tubing, so very handy. A grinder, most people do actually have this if they're working on cars, so you might already have one of these, which is great, you're already halfway there. If you're able to, it took me a while to do it just because of the cost and everything, even though I think these are like 20 bucks at Harbor Freight. I got a second one and it's got my cutoff wheel on it, so you're going to run grinding wheels and cutoff wheels. I do most of my cutting with the cutoff wheel. I generally don't use a Sawzall or anything like that. I find the cutoff wheel gives me a lot of precision. It's cheap, accurate. It's a little messy and stinky when you're doing it, but it's a decent cut when you're done with it. You're not grinding a whole bunch of slag off of it. So that's how I do most of my cuts. And then finally, you'll want a vise. If you don't have a vise, go out and get one. It's going to be a lot safer using the vise. I started out drilling on a table, and you hold it with your hand and you're drilling it, and then the thing flies out and whips around. If you do have to do it that way, use your welding glove while you hold it, so that way if it whips around you have a little protection. But I would highly recommend just get a vise. You can clamp things in here. You could clamp the metal in as you round the edges like I did in the other video. Very important tool to have. Go get yourself one. And then we come to the welding, the welder. So the welder is really important. This is MIG with gas, which has gas. I would recommend, if you're starting out and you don't have a lot of money, get a flux core welder, get the cheap Harbor Freight one and run flux core wire, and you'll be in good shape. You can do a lot with it. Your welds might look kind of crappy. It's hard to, I feel like, dial those in, but you'll get a lot of stuff done with it. Like this project was probably 75% welded with flux core welds, and then the stronger stuff I did MIG welds on. So you don't necessarily need a MIG welder to fabricate things, but it is a lot nicer. There's just a lot of cost in it, like the gas is expensive and you're replacing the wire. At least with the flux core, you're just replacing, you know, a $20 spool of wire every time you run out, and maybe some nozzles here and there. So the cost is pretty low compared to a MIG with gas. I know this is going to help somebody that was just on the edge of getting this stuff and starting to fabricate, so I'm glad I could push somebody over the edge to take the leap and start fabricating stuff. Probably for most people, the $100 Harbor Freight welder is going to be your biggest investment to get started. Do it, just get it and do it. It's only $100, it's not too much money, and you're going to be able to do a lot with it. So just grab that welder, grab whatever you're missing out of here, and start fabricating stuff. The sky's the limit. You might want to start on a bicycle first. My dad, his first welding project, he cut a bicycle in half and made the frame longer. And I thought that was a pretty cool project, honestly. It was like a cool bike. Great way to just start out fabricating stuff and learning. The investment's low. You could probably get the bike for free. And yeah, should be pretty cheap. So hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm making a video every day until Cleetus invites you to the Freedom Factory. Here's some more information on that here. And I thank you guys again for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video.